So D-Matrix, from the very get-go, focused on solving the inference problem by going to first principles. We attacked the memory compute bottleneck, and then we attacked the I/O compute bottleneck. The memory compute bottleneck we solved with the help of technologies like in-memory compute, 3D stacking. The I/O compute bottleneck we solved with the help of a product called Jetstream, which is an extremely low latency I/O accelerator product. We are building a computing solution for inference that is about doing more with less, which means doing more inference with less dollars, more inference in less time, more inference with less energy. These are very large hyperscale customers, very large sovereign state customers that are looking to deploy inference in huge quantities at extremely large scale.
Really multiple things have to come together for us to gain conviction, and that is team, technology, market, and all important timing. When I met Sid and Sudeep, what impressed me was the clarity of the vision, the focus, the idea they had, and the secret sauce in the technology to achieve that vision. They were able to look into the future and identify what would be the dominant workflow many years down the road for a semiconductor to actually develop the solution and intercept that workload at the right time to be as impactful as D-Matrix is today. D-Matrix is the company that will make inference commercially viable.
So the quest for AI machines goes back to the 1950s. Now we have all these amazing models, but it's not very useful unless people can run inference on them. And that's what we focus on. Low latency, attainable inference. After 5 decades of scaling, the transistors are getting much denser, but the energy required to bring data into these transistors in the compute unit hasn't scaled as well. So this funding will enable us to develop the core technology, which is to bring the compute and memory as close together as possible.
Our systems thesis is based around this target of an economic target. All of the investments that we make in the systems category feed into the industry's demand for more tokens, the demand for more power, and because power is constrained, we must continue to double the efficiency. The tokens per dollar per watt must double every 6 months, which is impossible to meet by just Moore's law alone. If you aren't playing with a different strategy, you're more or less in a race to the bottom. The providers of AI are going to increasingly turn to solutions like D-Matrix.
The technology is really a first principles approach, rethinking what it takes to enable the next chapters of AI. The right timing is those next chapters are happening now. We're now entering the age of inferencing, where we see dramatically greater growth in AI inferencing or AI serving, and then the right team. The team is really very inspired and just great technologists that were able to take this first principles approach to think and rethink what it takes to enable those next chapters of AI.
So some results are very positive, the consumer is using it, but we're still not seeing the real big enterprise and research gains. You need to be able to ask a lot of questions and get an answer that is not nearly as expensive to produce as the way you produce the language model in itself. I think one of the challenges for the large incumbents in the space is they come from another architecture and they're trying to bend that architecture to fit into this problem. Whereas Sid and the team had the advantage of a clean slate, a tabula rasa, and could sit down and consider which was the best approach to solve the problem for the long term. In a world of artificial intelligence, it's all about man-machine interface. And to enable that, we need to solve a cheap and fast inference problem. And only D-Matrix is capable of doing that right now.
The fact that D-Matrix has been building the solution for so many years and has a product in the market that is very differentiated has led to this investor confidence and this large round of financing to help us go to the next step.